Everything is possible in film. That is why film is like creating the world. It is fascinating.
As a museum that is interested in visual culture, M+ is uniquely positioned to lead the M+ Restored project. Our role is to gather and synthesize research, establish new partnerships, and to develop new museum practices around film restoration projects.
We are delighted to embark on the M+ Restored project, thanks to the generous support of Chanel. This project has allowed us to expand and deepen our understanding of certain movements in Hong Kong cinema history, including the numerous shifts in narrative, style and tone.
我哋選嘅主題就係1979年香港電影新浪潮啦，因為呢一個咧可以話係開啟咗香港電影一個現代嘅時期嘅。韓區呢套電影咧為一部 docudrama， 好深入嘅資料搜集啦，同埋係街頭拍實景啦、手提攝影啦、唔少非專業演員啦，咁係新浪潮電影中一部非常重要、好獨特嘅代表作嚟嘅。
好多時都係用 handheld camera 嘅嗰陣時嘅啫，因為我本身係做記錄做 cameraman 出身嘅，咁變咗就喺街裏邊偷咩影嘢都係用紀錄片嘅方式嚟拍。
董夫人呢部電影咧就係一個異數嚟嘅，佢唔係屬於新浪潮，但係佢係一個先行者。 唐書璇咧，佢喺美國讀完電影出嚟拍一部劇情長片，自己集資、自己揾各方面嘅工作人員，係好國際性嘅，包括印度嘅攝影師啊、美國嘅剪接師啊、台灣嘅音樂啊，演員就有香港同埋美國都有啊，係拍一個古代嘅故事喎。
I thought filmmaking is really creation. You can make even raindrops to rain the way you want it to. Can you imagine? You can make anything happen.
愛薩呢部電影就係林青霞一個突破性嘅一個轉型嚟嘅，美術指導張淑平嘅參與，同埋導演譚家明嘅合作咧，係令到觀眾其實會覺得話，除咗劇情啊、明星之外，原來美術都有嘢睇嘅喎。
Patrick, William, and I would have many meetings. We discussed movies and cinematic styles we like the romanticism and fatalistic ending in Death in Venice, or the sweeping, majestic camera movements in The Conformists. Slowly, we formulated a visual skeleton of Love Massacre.
睇返好多香港電影嘅發展史，喺美術嗰方面啊，尤其是嚇，咁愛薩咧係一定係跳咗出嚟，係好有標誌性。愛薩係一個 timing 啊。 嗰一代嘅導演咧，發覺分工開始分細啲，亦都分出一個叫做美術指導嘅崗位出嚟。開始咗之後，其他同期開始拍嘅新浪潮或者港產片咧，就都多數開始有呢個崗位喺嗰個銀幕上嘅 credit 正式出現啦。
Film restoration is a term that has come to mean many different aspects of a complex project. Film restorations offer a methodology of preservation, physical, conceptual, and even the spiritual intent of the work at the time of its creation or at the time of its first exhibition.
Another consideration is the amount of technological change the work can adapt to through technological obsolescence. So motion picture film, for example, over time can start to decompose and the colours can start to shift. And for the conservators and for the curatorial team, it's the amount of intervention that we can do to bring the film back to what the artists were intending. So it's very important to try and find as many of the elements as you possibly can so you can understand the work as a whole.
行規呢個菲林嘅狀態咧，就唔係太好，亦都唔係話最差。你見到啦，已經係變咗呈現綠色㗎啦。呢啲白點就係啲花痕啊。經過咁多年之後，好多啲化學藥膜咧已經甩咗出嚟啦。咪有個菲林嘅收縮啊，大概最高去到1% 度啦。哇！你睇到1%，呢1%就好少咗其實，但係如果你放到一個電影院咁大嘅畫面咧，就可能會好覺得。我哋嘅修復嘅好大部分嘅工作就係去除呢啲嘅，即係唔應該存在喺度嘅嘢。我哋做晒成個除走晒呢啲嘅，譬如有花痕啊，呢啲嘅刮損嘅地方咧，就先至再做嗰個顏色，將佢回復翻一個近乎係以前嗰種嘅顏色。我哋起碼可以將佢修復到，再出翻嚟見翻個觀眾。咁你觀眾可以明白到，哦，都有佢嘅價值喎。
With present-day digital technology, film restoration allows the original negative to be digitized and color-corrected to its original glory and aspect ratio. And I will certainly look forward to seeing it.
我梗係好開心啦，因為都係我嘅一個 classic 嚟嘅，對我嚟講咧，即係一生人裏邊只有佢冇咩機會係做到呢啲咁嘅嘢出嚟。
咁當然想睇啦，自己有份拍嘅，如果可以經過科技嘅修復，係睇翻原貌，當然係希望睇到啦。呢個唔使講嘅喎。
M+ Restored recalls the thrill of discovering a film for the first time. For many audiences, this will be a first encounter with the unsung corner of an auteur's repertoire. We look forward to sharing a space for connection between these works and also inspire new generations of filmmakers.